How long have you been a dad?
5 months today. My son just turned 5 months today.
5 months today. So patience, you said?
Yeah. Before he came, I've only had to deal with my wife as my wife. Then he came, I have to deal with him, my wife before, and my new wife, because now she has to deal with postpartum, couple of things. Sometimes she might not necessarily look like who she was before she gave birth to him. So I cannot act out of character. I can't scream because there's an infant and there's the new mother as well. So for me, I can say it has taught me patience. Yeah. Not so many people gave me tips of how to become a dad. I can say I'm still learning, but I have a lot of questions, which is what are the major things that I need to do to keep the home for long? What is the magic?
One thing I'll say to you in terms of advice is that being in the public space, so it's like your life is like my early life. My wife was in the public space and I was also in the public space. So be deaf, completely deaf to that public world. That's your public life. I'm dead to it. When I'm at home, there can be no glimpse of your public persona at home.
Oh, okay.
Yes. At home, I am not RMD. At home, I'm daddy or I'm papa, right? Or I'm grandpa. Do you understand what I'm saying? So once you are able to do that, they will see you as the person who they gravitate to if authority needs to be expressed, or if they need help, or if they need something. Because a dad is the leader in the home, so to speak, right? Yeah. So you are the one that everybody will look up to if there is a challenge. So you lead from the front.
In describing my style, I would say simple and classic. You know, at every point I try to dress, I make sure I'm comfortable first of all. And relating my style to me being a dad.
Has it changed? When you became a dad, did it change?
I wouldn't say it has changed, but yeah, first thing I would say is I took out my dreads after 9 years. So
why is that?
Reason because at some point he gets scared. Sometimes my dread might be rough. I just go into the room, pick him off. He's looking, I'm like, I think this hair is scaring this boy. So I took it down, and
that's major.
Yes, sir. It's very major. You know, my managers and people are like, "Oh, brand." I say, "Leave brand first. Let's focus on this
family
baby.
Before brand."
Yeah, family before brand. And so,
I like that.
But luckily for me, nothing really changed actually. I think my life even became better after I cut my hair. You know?
For me, style is very similar to what he said. It's be comfortable. Becoming responsible as a dad, and very earlier on in my life too, also made me, for instance, become more responsible in my dressing. And that also underlies everything that I wear. You can be stylish without being irresponsible.
Fantastic, yeah. So for me, my son is still very, 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 very small. So he coming into my life has taught me a lot, you know, being more responsible, being there for him and of course my wife, and understanding the fact that I now have a home of my own, and which simply means everything that concerns these two people concerns me.
A lesson that my children have unknowingly taught me is not to fear. As a father, you are haunted by fear of your children failing, or dying. And so even when you can dispense of the fear of dying because of how healthy they look or help of modern medicine and all of that, I don't know about other people, but sometimes I get haunted by my kids failing. And so where I learned something, it was a very pivotal moment for me. This was last year. My son, I was in America, and he was dropping me off. That's my last son. He was dropping me off. He's 24 now. He was dropping me off at the airport, and he was also leaving Maryland, where he stayed and went to school and graduated. And he was leaving after he dropped me. He was leaving the next week to LA to start his own life. He had just graduated. And he wanted to go to LA to try and hack it as an actor, model, and everything. So we had talked about it. I was very scared and everything. So we drove to the airport. We were still talking, and we hugged. He dropped me off. We hugged, and as I was walking, so he called me. He calls me old man. He says, "Old man." So I turned and looked, and I said, "What?" He said, "I know you're afraid." I said, "But don't be. I got this." It was a fleeting moment, you know. I don't think he knew what he had done, but I quickly turned away because it made me very emotional. Yeah, it made me very emotional. I got in, I checked in, I cried well, you know. But what that taught me was he knew that he probably sensed my apprehension about him going to a new place, you know, because I kept in the car, I kept giving him numbers, you know, call this person is my friend. If he knows my son is in LA, he will take off. You call his auntie, call this person, like that, you know. Yeah. But you know, so that's a fear that has been cured. That is what I learned from them unknowingly, not to fear about them succeeding. And then for what to be remembered for by them, just, Dad was here. That's it.
Yeah. I'm just so excited to, you know, experience this journey for as long as I am going to. I just want to have 2 children, that's all anyway. So,
once your girl comes now, that's it. Road closed.
I'm really praying. I was like, because if boy come again,
you will do 3 now.
That's how some people get 19 children. So I'm really hoping that he ends with that too. You know, so after that, and I'll just watch, you know, 2 of them go into being amazing children that they will be proud of me being their dad.
I must say that there's something I've been very observant about you. There's something I must say that has shifted my perspective about even millennials, you know. You know, Gen Z gets all the flack, yeah, exactly. and of course some millennials. But what I admire about just watching and hearing you talk is the fact that you said you were ready. You desired it, you were ready, and so you were ready to do the work and put in the work as well. And from how you have responded to everything that we've been asked today, you know, there's a shift for me. You know, I look at you, you know, with a different, you know, my people will say with a new set of eyes, you know, and respect for how you are handling fatherhood and of course being a husband. So, you know, sometimes because we are so far apart, right? We think that you guys don't know anything. You guys don't get it at all. But this has been very enlightening for me. As a father, I always think your kids are the best, and nobody else comes close. But I'm really very, very impressed.
Thank you very much.
Yes.